Well, so the big cats are gone. Hellcats are gone. Hellcat Red Eyes are gone. The Demon's been gone. What does that mean for the Scats and the RTs, man? What does that mean for the 6.4 Hemi, the 5.7 Hemi? What about that? What happens to that in the future? Well, it's gone too. Let's talk about it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Knockout 360 here with another video for you guys. So as you can tell, I'm in a car. That makes this a car vlog. You already know what's going down when I come around. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, anything and everything car related happens on this channel. So if you're into that, make sure that you stick around because you're in the right place. For everyone else, hit that subscribe button, as well as that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out. We just hit 40,000 literally this Sunday, and then as of Wednesday of this week, we hit 41,000, and then we're probably looking at about 42,000 by Sunday. We're moving fast. Let's keep the energy going. Let's keep subscribing, guys. Keep checking out the vids, man. Talk to me. What do you want to see more of? As far as the action stuff that you guys love, I film that as it comes up. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the ability to just kind of conjure that up on the day-to-day basis, which is why I do some of these kind of talking head videos with you guys. But whenever the action stuff comes up, you know I'm first on the scene and I'm going to give you the real thing. But let's talk about it. So Dodge dropped this week that the Hellcats are gone in 2023. 2023 will be the last year that the Hellcats are made. The Hellcat engine is made, and that goes for the Charger, Challenger, I was about to say Camaro, Charger, Challenger, Durango, Trackhawk, Ram. None of those cars will have the Hellcat. The Hellcat engine, as we all have known and love, 6.2 liter V8 supercharged Hemi, is gone. They're getting rid of it. What they didn't mention and what they were sort of null on was the Scats and RTs. Because technically the Scats got just as big of an engine, if not a bigger engine liter-wise, as the Hellcat. So it's not like you can say we're just getting rid of all V8s and making our line completely efficient because you have the all-electric muscle car coming out in 24, but then you still have big V8 gas-guzzling 6.4 liters and 5.7s under that. So what happens to us? What happens to the Scat guys? What happens to the RT guys? So in the short term, well, in the long term, let me give you this. You know, like I know, the 6.4 and the 5.7 are gone. And I'm speaking long-term wise, and I say that to say, once the all-electric drops in 24, there'll really be no reason for there to be a V8 after that. Because my approximation is that the electric car, the electric muscle car, is going to be much faster than anything that we've ever seen. Any Hellcat that we've ever driven, any Demon that we've ever driven, and it's going to be more efficient. My imagination or my approximation is that this car should be so revolutionary to where we honestly should probably forget that we even had Hellcats, with the exception of the sound. Now, if you know anything about AMG, they've got like a fake, for their electric model, they've got like a fake interior exhaust noise. But obviously it's fake. It's just for the driver or just for the passengers in the car. It sounds like absolutely nothing outside of the car. So that's one thing. I don't think Dodge will go that route. But I say that to say the electric car will be so efficient at everything from the power, all-wheel drive, I would imagine, to the range. If the numbers that we looked at a long time ago are accurate, that thing should be getting just as many miles before charge as a damn V6 Honda Civic, right? So you got a 900 plus horsepower all-electric car, well, not even horsepower, whatever units they use to measure that, powered car, and it can get you all around your city and back on a half a charge. You'll forget that you even own that Hellcat. Let's just be honest here. The only thing that you're missing with the Hellcat is the sound. That's it. If you're out smoking everything on the street, from obviously older Hellcats to Camaros, C8s, and everything else, you'll forget that Hellcats even existed. But if that's the case, then why would they keep the Scats and the RTs around? That's a good question. Nobody's talked about the Scats and the RTs, the 392's and the RTs, I'll say, because some of you guys got Daytonas and old SRTs, and you guys are too good to be called Scats. So we'll just say 392's. For the 392's and the RTs, nobody knows, man. Nobody's spoken on it, but it just wouldn't make sense. Because let's just be real here. If you're a Dodge guy, you know, like I know, that you've always wanted a Hellcat. I don't know anybody that's ever wanted a ScatPack and that's it, or an RT and that's it. people generally buy what they can afford at the time, or what's available, or just what makes sense for their lifestyle at the time. But everybody wants a Hellcat. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants just a Scat. Nobody wants just an RT. I love my Scat. I love this car. I have fun in it. I drive it like crazy. I tell myself that I'm only going to drive it once or twice a week. I ended up driving every single day. But the reality of the situation is, when it comes time, Hellcat will be coming to this channel, and 9 times out of 10, this Scat will be going back. So I say that to say, if you're a Dodge guy, you want the top of the line, the creme de la creme, the Hellcat. If the electric muscle car that comes out in 24 is more powerful and does everything better than any car that we've ever driven in the past, why would you settle for a V8 Scat that's going to gas guzzle, that, you know, you're going to be at the gas station every other day, more likely to have engine issues, all sorts of parts, this, that, and the other, and it's simply not faster? You're going to want the all-electric muscle car. I understand a lot of you guys are purists and you want the sound, you want the growl, you want the burnouts. I get that. But the future is here. You know what I'm saying? I would say it's coming, but it's here. And you've just got to modernize yourself and be more progressive. And that's just the reality of it. We just got to accept that. I don't want to accept it as much as you guys do, but I just have to be real about it. What happens to these trims? I would imagine that they just, I think that they're just going to die out, to be honest with you. You know? Or they're going to have like some sort of, I don't even see that. Like, I really just think that it's going to die out. I think that Dodge is probably going to get a little more linear, you know, when it comes to the future. They're not going to have so many trims. No more Daytona 392's, SRT. Well, obviously SRTs are dead, but Daytona 392's, Scat 392's, T8 392's, and then RTs and RT Plus and all that shit. I think it's going to be a little simpler, to be honest with you. I think they're always going to have your base model bullshit. You know, nope, I didn't mean to say bullshit. Your base model cars, your I don't know, V6 or all electric base model Chargers or Challengers or whatever they have in the future, where, you know, the average Mary Jane can hop in there and take her kids to school, so on and so forth. But I don't think that they're going to have all of that fluff in the middle, kind of like what we have now between the RT and the TA and the Daytona and the Scats. I don't think they're going to have all that fluff. I think they're going to condense things a lot more in the future. I think things are going to be a little more linear and straight to the point. It's going to be, you know, commercial grade mess or consumer grade stuff that the average person just wants to get in the car and go from A to B. And then I think it's going to be big power, you know, big power, all electric muscle cars, 700, 900 horsepower or whatever, like I said, whatever units they use to measure. And they're just going to completely dissolve the Scats and the RTs. I just don't see them holding on to this trim in the future, especially as it sits now. Big 6.4 liter V8 Hemi, I don't see it in the future. It makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? For some guys, for nostalgia purposes, you would think that they would keep it around so that Dodge could hold on to some of that old school American muscle feel. But, you know, if that's where the future's going, that's where the future's going. And the future's here right now. You know, I can't imagine that they wouldn't just kind of electrify everything from top to bottom. Now, when I say all of this, I'm not talking about Scats and RTs are gone in the next 3 to 5 years. I'm thinking maybe long term, maybe 5 to 7 years, they're just going to get rid of them altogether. Or they'll call it something completely different. It'll be a Hemi hybrid or a Hemi electric or something like that. You know, but as far as the Scats and RTs that we know and love right now, this isn't going to last for these trims. I think these trims will be gone in the future. I think in the short term, they'll hang around. Maybe Dodge will kind of keep them around and manufacture them and put them on the lots. But in the future, they're gone. You know, they serve no purpose. The 5.7 liter Hemi serves no purpose. The 6.4 serves no purpose. Having all of these different trims from the TA to the Daytona to the Scat, that serves no purpose either. Once they start electrifying things from the top, it's going to be a trickle-down effect where I think everything else is going to get touched. They'll probably keep the V6 around just because they'll probably keep the V6 around longer than they will the Scats and the RT Hemis, right? Just because it's like the V6 is gas efficient. It's a little more friendly to the environment. I don't think they have to deal with so much government red tape, because for every gas guzzler tax that we have to pay or take into consideration as consumers, Dodge gets fined for every Hellcat that they're putting out as well. Every Durango Hellcat. Henceforth, the reason that they were only able to put out 1 year of Durango Hellcats. They get fined for that. They get fined for the Trackhawks. They get fined for all that shit because, I mean, the world that we're living in now and that we're going into is more geared towards refining the way that cars emit pollutions in the air, right? Which, I mean, let's be honest here, if you're one of those global warming kind of guys and you really believe that and you study science, you're into the science of it, it does make sense. I mean, we're literally killing the planet that we live on with the cars that we drive on the day-to-day basis. So I'm not mad at it. I'm just upset that, you know, it's during my time. I wish it was during, you know, my future son's time or my future daughter's time, not mine, but it is what it is. We got to modernize and move forward, man. But with that being said, I think it's going to be a trickle-down effect where everything kind of starts at the top and then slowly but surely we're seeing more electric models coming in the future. I don't see the Charger and the Challenger going anywhere in the next 5 years. But then again, I don't know what Dodge has up their sleeve, to be honest with you. Whatever they keep or whatever they decide to do with the Charger and Challenger, it won't be the same as what we know today, right? It will not be the same as what we're driving today. It'll be something completely different. Like the fucking 2024, 25, 26 Challenger and Charger probably will look something like a damn, I don't know, one of those cars from iRobot. You know what I'm saying? One of those crazy looking cars. Like you wouldn't even recognize it compared to what it is today. But that's what it is, guys. In the short term, I think the Scats and the RTs will hang around for a little bit. But in the long term, they're going to be gone. Scats are gone. All 392's are gone. All RTs will probably be gone. And if they're not gone, they won't be what we know them to be today. It'll be an RT electrified or an RT hybrid or something like that. But I don't see these trims lasting much longer after 2024 drops and that all new electric muscle car drops as well. It just doesn't make sense. But talk to me. How do you feel about it? Where do you feel like the RTs and the Scats are going to fit in the future? Do you think they're going to fit at all? Do you think that Dodge is going to scrap them completely? You know what I'm saying? Or do you think that they have some other future somewhere else? You know, maybe they're going to redefine it. Maybe they're going to make it an electrified Scat or an electrified RT or something like that. Or they're just going to scrap it all together and start with something new. You know what I'm saying? That's a good question. Talk to me, guys. As always, it's your boy Knockout 360. Like, subscribe, comment. We're shooting for 50,000 subscribers at this point. Hoping to hit that before the end of the year. Honestly, in the next week or so. But let's hit that and let's keep going. Talk to your boy and we'll go from there. See you in the next one. Peace.